Those knees are working fine.
Live stream.
Get back to work, okay? This is all I care about. This is the only reason I'm watching this video.
Upset.
We needed none of that stuff before, and none of that before. This is just totally worthless. Like, the explanation he's giving here is just worthless. Chronic Lyme is not a thing. It's not the Lyme coming back. You do not still have Lyme. You have arthritis. You have arthritis in your knee. He did. Oh, Jesus Christ. That is rough. That is so rough. It sounds like too much. Just amputate.
We really need to get to know this man's mom.
Okay. Here's what I do not understand. Okay, so we're about to watch Jake Doolittle's Addressing Everything video. I have big questions. Obviously, I assume we've all seen lots of these supplementary materials here. I don't have them to hand right now, but there's videos of this guy dancing. And I mean, like, wait, what's the musical about that gay kid that dances? Someone remind me. I'm talking like full-on dancing, like that gay kid that danced in that one musical. What's the name of it, man? Billy Elliot. Thank you. Thank you, Nick Static. Billy Elliot. Yes, that one. Yes. I mean, full-on Billy Elliot prancing around, fucking like spinning around on his tiptoes and everything. Like going crazy. Okay? He has had 14 knee surgeries for his chronic Lyme, or whatever he's got. He claims it's chronic Lyme. Obviously, that's not a real thing. He has had 14 knee surgeries. At one point, he was in a wheelchair. Okay? I do not understand where you get the time to learn to Billy Elliot dance when you have had to have lead up and recovery for 14 knee surgeries and been in a wheelchair for part of your life. I don't understand how in your youth you get the time where you are A, recovered from surgeries and not, you know, in a casts or wheelchairs or anything. B, not experiencing the effects of your chronic illness, your chronic whatever that's happening, that's causing your knee surgeries. And C, where you even get the motivation to do that stuff. When you've lost so much time at school and all this, you can't do anything with your life because you're just so debilitated by your knee surgeries. But somehow you've got all this motivation to, in the 2-month periods you've got at a time to walk around on your feet properly. You're spending that entire time dancing, I guess. It's just so crazy. It doesn't add up to me. It does not add up to me at all. Like, seriously, how does this make sense? He's had to recover from 14 knee surgeries. How long does it take? Like, the average knee surgery, what's the recovery time? If they're actually opening up your knee and doing something, how long before you're back on that? It's got to be like a month at least each time, right? Minimum. Bare minimum. And if it's like something kind of intensive, it's going to be like multiple months. It's going to be like multiple months. And that's not to, and then you're taking so much time off of your feet. And what, you're learning to dance like this? You've got no physio or anything? You're having to like course of physio or anything? It just seems so insane. It literally does not add up to me. It makes no sense. You would surely be debilitated for some amount of that time. How are you getting all this stuff? You're in like dance competitions, it looked like. And then, yeah, chronic Lyme is just like not a thing as well. It's just like a total quack label that's thrown on a bunch of things that, you know, can't really be diagnosed. It's just all suspicious. It just does not add up to me. I could be missing something. Okay, I could be missing something. This dude can't dance. I think he kind of can dance. He you know, he moves like a lesbian, as someone said earlier, but he can dance. My teacher's son had chronic Lyme and he intentionally killed his dog. What? Okay. The thing is that he doesn't just move like a lesbian when he's dancing, does he? It's like all the time. Like all of his mannerisms are that of a lesbian. That's why my Shinigami eyes, I think, lighting up. I'm seeing lesbian mother raised by 2 women whenever I look at them. I don't even know if that's true. He probably has like a mum and a dad that raised him, but I certainly get, you know, 2 mothers vibe.
Hello, everyone. My last video sucked, and the following live stream of me in the hospital trying to see what my audience thought of the video and if everybody hated me was also a really stupid fucking decision. I want it to be known that that live stream was not a response to the videos made. At the time, there was one video made about me, and I went live Against my fiance's wishes, she was texting me the entire time telling me to get off live, but I thought that I could explain what was going on while in the ER, in a lot of pain, and dealing with insurance shit. I was literally like, I'll go live, I'll see what the audience thinks, and then...
Like, dude, how do people not realize this is just like the absolute worst way to do apologies or like quote-unquote accountability videos online? Why are you stacking it in your favor like this? This is open up. How many modifiers can I put on this to make people feel sympathy for me? Or feel like, you know, there was other stuff, like there was mitigating circumstances. It's just so crazy. Surely you have a moment where you're like, oh, wait, 1 minute. People probably don't want to hear about like all the shit I was going through. They just want to hear me like cop to what I did and say it was wrong.
Then hopefully this will all be over. I can explain everything. But first of all, going live and trying to talk about that kind of stuff was really dumb. Also, being in pain, not in a good mental state, and in the middle of talking to nurses, also very dumb. Not only did I go live thinking that I could clear everything up in the span of 20 minutes while waiting for results from knee scans, I also just dug myself a deeper hole. There's a lot to address, and thinking that I could clear things up while on a vertical.
I promise you those dance competitions are crappy and not actually competitive. It makes them feel good, like women in their 40s that win pageants. Okay, Jesus Christ. It's just pay to play and confidence boosting. So you think that these are just like, where are the videos? I'm gonna have to see the videos. It still seems crazy to me that he's out dancing so much. Like he's dancing so much that he's getting recorded doing it multiple times and it's getting posted online. World of Dance Boston, let's see.
Doolittle.
But he's using his knees. What are you talking about? His knees are fucking going everywhere. Look at his knees. Look at him popping those knees. You're telling me they've had 15 fucking surgeries on them? Go, white boy, go. Those knees are working fine, okay? Those knees are working fine.
Live stream.
Get back to work, okay?
For results from knee scans. I also just dug myself a deeper hole. There's a lot to address, and thinking that I could clear things up while on a vertical live stream holding the phone below my chin is clown behavior. I was genuinely trying to compartmentalize everything that was going on, and there was one.
This must be from
This must be from before that tick bit him or whatever.
Thank you for the $10, Wonk.
Video that was made and H3 was going live, and I was like, okay, so if I address this, then there's nothing to talk about, everything's all good, and then I can focus on my health. And in reality, while in the hospital live streaming and getting results like that, it only made things worse. So this, I guess, is my response to everything that's been said. I want to start out by saying the video that I posted, I was very...
Will we respond to the lesbian mother allegations? This is all I care about. This is the only reason I'm watching this video.
Upset recording that. The attitude and the tone, everything was bad. I came across as annoying and entitled, and prior to recording that day, I had been dealing with one of the first like big major health scares that I have had in the last...
Thank you for the tier 1 membership. Someone somewhere. Thank you.
3 to 4 years. Since I've started YouTube, my health has been somewhat okay. I've only had 1 or 2 surgeries in the last 3 to 4 years.
The thing is, it's not just the dancing that makes me think he's not actually unwell, okay? It's not just the dancing. It's the fact that it's chronic Lyme, first of all. So it's a made-up thing initially. And now, there are plenty of people who I'm sure have actual, real, undiagnosed issues that have been put under the chronic Lyme label by some quack doctor, or they've simply doctor shopped for the chronic Lyme diagnosis so that they can get treatment for whatever they've got. There's plenty of things that could be happening when someone's claims they have chronic Lyme. That don't necessarily mean they're faking it. However, if you've got chronic Lyme, you're constantly using it as a way to get out of work, especially in a situation like he's using it to get out of doing YouTube. It makes no sense in the first place how it would affect his ability to do YouTube. But then, like, he should be enjoying this. There should be, like, you know, he should want to do this, but he's still using it as a way to evade. Uses it as a way to dodge accountability when he fucks up. And then he's got the dancing videos as well. It's like, it's all so suspicious. It's like we're stacking, like, every modifier that makes me look at someone fucking sideways when they're doing this shit. And he's talking about wanting to get, like, this disability insurance and shit so that he can take time off. Why do you need to... Obviously, we're not there yet. I've heard this already. But why do you need to take time off from YouTube for your knees? It makes no sense. Roll over to your computer and record a fucking video. Drag yourself along the floor. Have your fiance fucking put you in a wheelchair and slide you over to the desk.
Whereas prior to that, there was a lot more doctor appointments, and I felt much worse. I was kind of riding a high of...
He has chronic fatigue syndrome on his medical record, if I remember correctly, too. Like, dude.
Feeling okay. And then I started to get pains that mimicked a lot of what I felt prior to the first round of my surgery.
Yeah, for real. If Iron Mouse can do it, I'm sure if Iron Lung can manage to turn on stream every day, I'm sure Jake Doolittle can.
So I was on the phone with my surgeon and insurance trying to get an MRI approved, but it wasn't able to be approved because I needed an x-ray first. I recorded that video with no notes or preparation. It was 45 minutes as a raw file, and I sent that off to be edited and thumbnailed. It came back as 15 minutes, and I dragged and dropped it into YouTube Studio, attached the thumbnail, and said, fuck it, which was probably one of the worst choices I could have made. But I think that's kind of where my mind was at the time. I had also been declined for disability insurance because since I'm self-employed, I don't meet the requirements of disability insurance, because it would be like trying to get coverage for a house in the middle of the ocean, trying to get like flooding insurance. That also added to my stress, because if I end up going through another period of time where I'm very sick, I don't have any backup plan. I had no topics to talk about.
What do you mean? Backup plan? Backup plan? Bro, what are you doing thinking about backup plans? Just stick with plan A. Just actually execute on plan A. But you can't do that. He never puts out videos. It's like the most dead upload schedule. 200k subs, 300k subs even. Literally everything you could possibly want. Like, is he just... I think, okay, I'm reading. Shinigami eyes on. Okay, I'm seeing into this guy's soul right now. I'm seeing into this guy's soul. 2 years ago, we have got all these hundreds of thousands of view videos. He's feeling anxiety, he's feeling pressure, he's washed. He's feeling washed. He feels like he's fallen off. Like he's never going to be able to capture this again. He can't sustain... He was hitting, you know, these hundreds of thousands with a few hours work per week back then a few years ago. And now he might have to start putting out like pretty regular videos because he's only getting like 50,000 on them. 50,000, maybe up to 100,000 if he's super lucky. Sometimes even, you know, less than 50,000. Sometimes we're not even breaking 20. So he feels like he's washed. He's feeling anxiety. He feels like YouTube may not last forever. But if you just like, I mean, the thing is that he's been making the exact same shit for the last 2 years, right? He hasn't adapted at all. I mean, these have more of the sort of, I don't want to say Sunny V2 thumbnails. They're kind of Sunny V2-ish, but they're more like, these are almost CoffeeZilla or like expose type thumbnails that are going on, that he's got here. And now he's moved into the more soy bread tube. I've just coined it. It's not bread tube. Okay, dude, I just coined the best term. I just had such a crazy brain blast. No, this isn't tea, okay? There's something past tea. This is like new commentary, okay? New commentary. Tea was like slightly different. Tea was very much allegations focused. This isn't just purely allegations. This is like, yeah, look, with these thumbnails as well, that are more like Turkey Tom thumbnails, but for lefties, yeah, okay. It actually stems from Vine tubers. I'm sure, look, all these things have different genres, that conversion, you get new iterations of stuff, okay? But he hasn't, like, changed in ages. He has not, like, changed his shit in ages. I wonder what his streams are like. Are the VODs gone? No VODs. Oh, he streams on YouTube.
Yes.
Shane Dawson.
Oh, okay, bringing a girlfriend on stream, cool.
But, like, I don't...
Have I used it to generate ideas for me? Absolutely.
Ideas?
Ideas.
Or, like, proofread?
Ideas, proofread. It can do any of it.
Okay, I'll tell you guys this. Command A, Command C, any quiz you have, right? Put it into GPT.
Guys.
Command V, enter. Bitch, that shit's done and it's aced.
Well, Rocky.
What?
Like, to be honest, I mean, I obviously I can't stand this guy's personality. I hate anyone like this. However, if he just did streams like this, like every day, every 2 days, maybe did it slightly longer, went for like 3 hours or something, he would probably be raking it in. And then get like a second channel to just dump VOD segments on and keep your main channel for prepared content. Dude, this guy could literally be raking it in. It would be so easy in the position he's in. Because, yeah, it's, like, so normie. This is, like, shit that, you know, teenage girls can watch, basically. Let's be serious here. It's Shane Dawson they're logging. There's a huge market for this stuff on YouTube. He could absolutely be raking money. He has a second channel. He has several channels. Stopped uploading 4 months ago because there was no traction. But, I mean, how much are you paying your editor to cut these segments? Just keep it going, no? Yeah. Whatever, man. Podcast that got no traction whatsoever. Wait, he tried doing like a H3 podcast. Oh, dude. Okay, I need to stop just going through all this guy's stuff. But yeah, okay. Let's get back here.
Was at the time. I had also been declined for disability insurance because since I'm self-employed, I don't meet the requirements of disability insurance because it would be like trying to get coverage for a house in the middle of the ocean, trying to get like flooding insurance. That also added to my stress because if I end up going through another period of time where I'm very sick, I don't have
this disability shit, man. Like, what do you need disability insurance for? It doesn't make any sense to me. How are you worried about your ability to make income being affected by disability? That just doesn't add up. It is really not that hard to be a YouTuber. You can manage to get out of bed for 4 hours a day to make enough raw footage for your editor to do something with on like 2 channels. No matter what chronic fatigue or whatever you've got, you can manage that, I'm sure.
Any sort of backup plan. I had no topics to talk about. I had just watched a video of a YouTuber talking to the camera and ranting about like things that he was passionate about. And I was like, fuck it. I'm going to do that. And I'm upset and I'm scared and I'm frustrated with everything that's going on in my personal life. So who cares? Especially since it was a complete throwaway video. There's a lot of the stuff that I was saying in that I still stand by, where, you know, I want never stop to work. Like all the basics of it are still very true, but then in my anger I would say things like, if after a month nobody ends up donating, then I'm gonna have to talk about the people who have declined to donate. And that's fucking stupid. That was me trying to be like,
okay, so I mean, I'm sure everyone else pointed this out, but it's not just declining to donate, it was people who ghosted him. It's just like, it's so crazy to act like this. Like, it's not just stupid. You were behaving in like a crazy, spiteful, entitled, embarrassing way. Like, no amount of cope can get you out of that. Just come on, get on a video and say, listen, I was pissed off, I was raging, I said some shit I shouldn't have said, that's really embarrassing, sorry about that, guys, taking the video down, moving on from this, I fucked up, no excuses, see you later. That's literally all it needs to be. It's so easy.
But then in my anger, I would say things like, if after a month nobody ends up donating, then I'm going to have to talk about the people who have declined to donate. And that's fucking stupid. That was me trying to be like, this is how hard I'm trying.
Well, Mutahar doesn't really get to do that because the issue with Mutahar is like multiple years of him hanging around with someone that goes against his stated morals. You can't really just say, that was a fuck up, I'm sorry, guys. Now, if Mutahar had put out the Nux video, it had been well reasoned, he'd explained his problems with Nux, and then stood on it, that would have been fine. That would have, like, satisfied that drama. But he didn't. That's not what he did at all. He was doubling back and
trying to make things work, and in reality it came across as, you know, I have a bunch of rich people who I know, why don't they give my charity money? I haven't been happy with the way that we haven't been able to up the amount of money given over time, and we are only getting more and more applicants, and we don't have the finances to give out more money to more people. Also, because videos that I've been posting haven't been getting views, and I'm freaked about not being able to post or make money if I have another health scare. I was like, it's something to post. It's not going to get views anyways, but I might make $100 off of it. And that was also really fucking stupid. I had been telling myself, like, I'm going to post every 2 to 3 days. I think it was on day 2 or 3 that I hadn't uploaded, and I was like, I have to do something. Let me just fucking do this. It was the worst decision I could have made. I do not feel entitled.
I had to post this fucking stupid video. I just had to do it. I just had to do it. No, dude. No, you didn't. You're making videos on Hawk to a dating app. You can literally find any old slop to talk about. You don't have to talk about your charity. Literally any old retarded, normie, dipshit slop that's going on Twitter or TikTok that day will suffice. You do not have to make a video seething about how no one supports your charity. That is not required of you at all, actually. There was not even an incentive for you to make that video, frankly, other than you just seething.
Okay.
Hello.
Dude, shut up, shut up, shut up.
To your money. Your money is your money. As somebody who's freaked about his own personal money, if there was somebody reaching out to me being like, hey, do you want to hear more about my nonprofit? I'd be like, well, I have to take care of myself first. And I don't know the people who I'm talking about fucking financial state. It was a wild assumption to be like, you know, if anybody has extra money, like, I've made a few videos with them, where else would they give their money? And that's fucking very...
I'm very stressed about possible future health scares. Therefore, I will be living at a bare subsistence level for the rest of my life and no longer be working.
Very, very dumb. Especially while the nonprofit is in a state of, like, building things up. If it...
He needs to accept the 15k to 40k views. Okay, meet yourself where you're at. He might just be chasing the ghost of his 500k viewers video pass and getting discouraged. The thing is, I don't know where this guy lives. He's in Maine, I think you said, right? I don't know how expensive Maine is. 15k to 40k isn't really enough on its own, especially if you've got someone you're paying, like a business you're running. If you're just getting 15 to 40k once a week or once every, 5 days, that's not really enough, I don't think, at all. I can't imagine. Maybe with sponsors and shit, you could get close. But he would need to be, like, streaming consistently and like, getting super chats and shit. Maybe he's selling decent merch. I mean, it's difficult because, obviously, there's lots of ways that you can bring in more money. And he's been around for a couple of years, so I don't know what other revenue streams this guy has. So it is really difficult for me to make, like, a judgment on it. But certainly, he should be okay with the numbers. Just the output needs to be higher, for sure, though. The output would need to be higher, and there needs to be some other revenue coming in. But I don't know if he's got other revenue coming in, so it's difficult to tell.
It speaks to what my mindset was. I posted that video genuinely not thinking anyone would see it because our website is not functioning at all. I thought that people would recognize my frustration as me trying or showing people that I care. And
no, it doesn't quite work. He has a shitload of subscribers. He seems to go live like once a month, and his charity will be funded for years. No. I doubt he gets enough live viewers for that. Just because someone's got loads of subs on their channel doesn't mean there's going to be live viewers. Like, people say subs don't count. Like, not don't count, but subs don't have, like, a huge impact these days for, like, videos or anything. But it's, like, doubly true for live streams, I think.
That's just the wrong way to do it. I didn't want people to think, like, Jake has had Never Stop for the past year and a half. The number of applicants have only gone up, but the number of donations made has not. And I didn't want that to come across as me being content with what we're doing. Like I want there to be more. It kind of just came across as like a crazed, like upset person who's not happy with his friends, his health, like really anything in life. And that's the worst. I do think that it was my initial reaction to having the first day in 3 to 4 years where I was just on the phone with doctors and insurance. And I mean, good God, I could have just waited a day to record. I also didn't think that would get views or attention because I made statements in that video that needed context that I didn't give. Like I assumed that this was going to be to my core audience. Nobody who I was talking about would see it. It wouldn't be a big deal. And then now it's a whole thing. I said that no nonprofit gives directly to people like we do or something like that. And so my core audience knows that in previous videos I've talked about, like, I think it's really cool that we're able to give money through PayPal and have it in the recipient's pockets within seconds. But without context, that's me saying no other nonprofit does what we do. We're the best while we're giving 500. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I also said something like,
right, my brain's going to static. I didn't take any of that in. I feel like it was all about his charity, so I don't even know if I want to hear it, but we're going to go back
to people like we do or something like that. And so my core audience knows.
He's got one of those voices. Yeah, he's got like this affect, like the lesbian affect, where he's like, oh, you know, I just came off like a really upset and miserable person who's not happy with anything going on in their life. It's like, dude, fucking, let's get some energy. Say, actually, get through this fucking sentence, please. I'm begging. Get to the fucking point.
That in previous videos I've talked about, like, I think it's really cool that we're able to give money through PayPal and have it in the recipient's pockets within seconds. But without context, that's me saying no other nonprofit does what we do. We're the best while we're giving 500. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I also said something like no other YouTuber is posting as much as I am or something. First of all, that's just completely false. With context, I was trying to be like, all of my mutuals who I've been friends with for a while, I mean, they upload, like, basically they upload once a month and I'm working so hard. But like in reality, these people are putting a...
But he's not working hard though, is he? Not on his YouTube channel, at least. I can see you're not working hard on your YouTube channel. It's just not the case. You, like, make lazy fucking slop. And, like, it's fine to make lazy fucking slop, but, like, put out a decent amount of it, at least. You could be pumping out one of these every single day so easily. Especially with an editor. It would be so easy. This isn't even... We're not even talking, like, Twitter versus level with these videos. This is worse than Boblack's. Because this is not even Twitter versus. Because Boblack's at least edits his stuff. And you have to, quote-unquote, research for those videos. This is like glorified reaction content. He pulls up a couple videos, reacts to them, rambles about them for a bit, ships off the footage to an editor and cuts it down to 15 minutes. This is like incredibly low-tier slop. This is a couple hours work, max. And you could be doing this every single day. With no problem.
Bunch of effort into their content and I'm not. That's why I can put shit out like that. I did take notes for this video, so I'm trying to go through them.
Boblack's doesn't... Wait, no. Boblack's does not work hard. What? How often is this guy putting out videos? Do not even try that. 6 days ago, and it was a compilation of old videos. 7 days ago, and no one cared. 9 days ago. 12 days ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 months ago, 2 months ago, 2 months ago, 2 months ago, 4 months ago, 4 months ago. Like, look at these gaps. That's crazy. That's crazy.
If I seem a little jumbled, there's a lot to cover. The reason why I ended up talking about how no influencer has donated to Never Stop is
missing the pause, Andy.
These people are putting a bunch of effort into their content and I'm not. That's why I can put shit out like that. I did take notes for this video, so I'm trying to go through them. If I seem a little jumbled.
Yeah, okay, you proved Jake's point, pocket watching. Right, this is a troll account. This is a troll account.
There's a lot to cover. The reason why I ended up talking about how no influencer has donated to Never Stop is, out of all of those stories that I told of people not giving to Never Stop, one of those happened recently, and that's the one that spiraled me into a fucking tizzy. So a YouTuber reached out to me and wanted to get on a call and wanted to hear more about my nonprofit, and we talked about like all this different stuff. I got my hopes up. Like, this was somebody who could change Never Stop, and kind of was saying things like, you know, I want to hear more about your nonprofit. Let's talk more about philanthropy. Let's do like, and so in my head, I was like, holy shit, I mean, this is amazing. And then that person stopped talking to me. I found these fucking niche little times that I've talked to other influencers and used that against them. And that was really fucking shitty. And I don't want to give too much detail about this situation, because this whole idea of,
yes, that was shitty, but I would be way more open to hearing that from you if you hadn't front loaded this video with a million qualifiers of, oh, I was waiting for my knee scans and I was talking to nurses and I was in so much pain and I was so pressured and I have to put a video out and right. Yeah, okay, you're admitting to it here, but we needed none of that stuff before, and none of that before.
Threatening to say names was so fucking stupid in the first place that I don't want to now have this video be me releasing a name. But like, I built up in my head over the span of a week different possibilities of working with this person and pitching things, and they had reached out to me, and I know for a fact that I put too much like pressure on that whole situation. I don't think that anybody is obligated to give me money. It is all out of me.
Thanks for the 4.99 onion.
Chicken Little.
Just being frustrated that things aren't going as well as I'd like them to be. I'm not making enough money to really change anything with the outcome of Never Stop. And I started to find like situations where I was like, oh, well, that person I spoke to a few times and they didn't give me money, so I could use that to back up my claim and argument that
maybe call it quits then. Maybe call it quits. Do you think he's just like too reluctant? Like, he can't, it's called Never Stop. And he feels like if he had to shut it down, that would be like the absolute worst thing to ever happen. Yeah, this is why you should never name projects stuff like that. Never give projects names like Never Stop or anything like that. Never say anything like that. Terrible idea. Terrible idea. What an awful idea. You're immediately digging your heels in. You're immediately dug in to, well, I can't stop doing it. It's called Never Stop. It would be like the biggest hurt, the biggest slight on your ego if you had to roll over and say, I have to stop, never stop. It's like world destroying, basically.
People should give me money. And I apologize for making people feel pressured and like hinting at outing people who didn't fucking donate. Again, I've been taking notes for like 2 days, trying to get everything in order, but now that I'm reading this back, everything's not in order. So I made 3 copyright strikes after.
Thank you for the $2, Nate. Thank you.
That video. The only video in order,
okay,
trying
the
to get
copyright
everything
strikes
in order, but now that I'm reading this back, everything's not in order. So I made 3 copyright strikes after that video. The only videos that I copyright striked were pure re-uploads to YouTube with no commentary over it. There's a lot of people who think that I have been copyright striking critical videos of me. I am completely okay with critical videos. I watch a lot of them and they hurt my feelings.
Now, I'm in 2 minds about this, because on one hand, it's like, obviously, it is just a full re-upload. But then you do want archives. You do want archives. I feel like the smart thing to do, I feel like maybe not archiving it on YouTube is possibly the play. I understand, because I do understand, even if you remove something, I can sort of understand the mindset of, like, I don't want just other YouTube channels running. I don't want to see it as allowed that other YouTube channels can have full re-uploads of my content, even if it's old removed stuff. So I'm like almost like maybe it shouldn't go on YouTube, because it's like that's the platform where he distributes his content for his income. So I almost understand it, but I think just striking it, especially when you're a commentary channel and you must know how important it is to have archives available, I think striking that shit, especially doing like, did he do the instant strike too? He didn't even do like the 48-hour thing, did he? Where they get like a chance to take it down. Yeah, I feel like just in there are like circumstances where I would be amenable to his position, but I think because he is a commentary type channel, I think it's just one of those things where, hey, look, we all benefit from this stuff happening. We all need archives, okay? So can you just, given you're in the same position as everyone else, can you just like not fuck with that? Okay, thanks. It's one of those. Yeah, well, you could make a newsworthiness argument. And like the motivation is obvious. That's the biggest thing, right? The motivation is clear. It wasn't about his copyright, really, to him. And that's the thing. I would be amenable if it was truly about his copyright, even if it was a removed video. I'd probably be amenable to it, but it's not. He's upset about people talking about it. He's upset about getting attention. He's trying to stop that. So yeah, I think just given the position he's in and given the obvious motivation, I think it's pretty bad to copyright strike.
But like, a lot of it's valid criticism. I will talk about the criticism that I think is completely unjust in a little bit, but when it comes to the copyright claims themselves, they were straight re-uploads of the live stream and my original video that I took down at like 11,000 views. I retracted one of the strikes on the re-uploads because the person emailed me and asked me to retract it. I also felt bad because this person created a new YouTube account to try to re-upload archives, and they had already gotten like over 2,000 subs off of an archive channel. My goal was not to ruin this person's channel, so I took back one of the strikes, and then I think they only have one standing for the next 90 days. And even if I am not mentally prepared to deal with commentary videos about me, I'm not going to take any action against that because I make commentary videos. I understand that that sucks. Now I guess we'll
Dude, what? You're not mentally prepared for people to make commentary videos about you, but you're a commentator, dude. I don't understand. Why would you give it if you know you can't take it? Makes no sense to me. You know, you are the sort of person who cannot take it if people are saying mean things about you or criticizing you harshly. And yet you decide to make your career criticizing harshly. It's just like, what? It's like, why? Surely you must recognize that any tactic you engage in is infinitely more likely to be used against you. That's just true every time, in every situation in life, okay? You're timed out for 24 hours because that is in no way relevant to the current topic. And Keir Starmer fucking owns you. And I hope he puts your entire fucking family in prison. Because they're probably a bunch of racist gammons, okay? We will be enslaving you people. We'll be enslaving you people. We'll be putting tax on pubs up 100%. We'll be doubling it. Deliberately killing pubs. There's going to be mass suicides in the north, okay? And it's going to be we're going to make it the most beautiful fucking country you've ever seen.
talk about Never Stop's sort of behind the scenes funding and stuff. The way that Never Stop is structured, it is a 501c3 nonprofit organization out of the state of Maine. Here are some of the payments that we've sent out this year. Starting in October, here's 500 we did via PayPal, 129 that was for promotional materials for an event that we did. This was a Walmart grant right here. These are just various payouts from Stripe and PayPal. Another sticker mule purchase. Staples was postcard.
Like what, dude? This does nothing. Like, why are you just showing the transactions and shit? What is the point? What is the point? If you're gonna do this, do a proper like breakdown. Because there's nothing. This is like the appearance of. Why is it not censored there? This is like the appearance of transparency, but it's not. It's not giving you enough of a holistic view of the finances to actually make a determination as to whether he's using the money properly or not. Just scrolling down and showing us a few transactions does nothing. This is like worthless.
Maine. Here are some of the payments that we've sent out this year. Starting in October, here's 500 we did via PayPal, 129 that was for promotional materials for an event that we did. This was a Walmart grant right here. These are just various payouts from Stripe and PayPal. Another sticker mule purchase. Staples was postcards and like pamphlets that we handed out during this event. The only withdrawals are business expenses and the $500 a month. If there's any confusion with Never Stop Clothing and the Never Stop Fund, the way that I was told that we should structure everything is we take the Never Stop Clothing and the Never Stop Fund and separate them, because Never Stop Clothing, Jake Doolittle, my
okay, now we're talking about the Never Stop clothing
10%
stuff
of the profits and donate that to the Never Stop Fund. Two completely separate entities, probably stupid as shit that they were the same names, but I had started Never Stop Clothing when I was 16 years old on Facebook, selling to my mom's friends just for proof. Look at this. Never Stop. Isn't that nice design? Jesus Christ. Liked by my fiance in 2018. Prior to YouTube, prior to everything. That was
okay. Yeah. So you started doing it there, sure, but it's been going for longer. Look, and it's one link on this thing. Never Stop Clothing and Fund. And the link is neverstop.fund. And then you have to go through the fund website to get to the shop. It's like it's like getting sent through the gift shop. It's like getting sent through the gift shop at like a fucking museum or some shit, or like a theme park. You have to exit through the gift shop, you know? It's exactly like that. You have to go through the fund. It's like, here, look. Oh, you want the clothing? Look, it's all about charity. It's all about charity. Go to the shop, and then it's like, oh, actually, we take a bunch of this money. Like, so these aren't just knockoff Supreme designs like that last one, are they? So as much as you can say, I started this when I was 16. This has obviously evolved quite significantly since then, hasn't it? Like, you've paid people to do these designs. So I just feel like, yeah, just if you're going to be transparent, you need to do like a full breakdown. You need to tell people like how much of the money that you've made from this shop has actually gone to the charity. If you're going to do transparency. I mean, you could just keep running it like this and people might think you're scamming, but you'd probably get away with it. But yeah, it feels like this is just totally worthless. Like the explanation he's giving here is just worthless. Oh, I started doing it before YouTube. Okay, and so you didn't set it up to be like a deliberate scam for YouTube, but that doesn't mean that you're using the money properly, right? That doesn't mean that the money you're getting from this, you're using in a way that people would find satisfactory, like the people that are giving money would find satisfactory. I would imagine they would want to see like more of a breakdown. People would want more of an actual report on how it's going. Well, this is the thing, Kai, right? It's not even 100. It doesn't even say 100% of the profits go to the charity. It says 100% of the profits will be reinvested into our programs. That doesn't even say like it goes to the charity. That doesn't even. That's not even what that says. It's like so unclear.
for proof. Look at this. Never Stop. Isn't that nice design? Jesus Christ. Liked by my fiance in 2018. Prior to YouTube, prior to everything. That was one of our later releases. There were other ones that I can't find. The Never Stop Fund was started because I had made the Never Stop clothing brand and I wanted to give back to people who are going through the same thing that I once was. Never Stop Clothing was first. And then I liked the name Never Stop and started Never Stop Fund. I didn't want to get rid of Never Stop Clothing, so I made them two separate entities. And in retrospect, that's confusing as shit. And if I could do it over again, I would just have personal merchandise and the Never Stop Fund with maybe not the same name. But I thought since there were two different URLs.
But wait, I thought the point of the clothing is to raise money for the charity. Why would, if you were going to do it again, would you have personal merch and then Never Stop? Is that because it's mainly used for you to make money off of and not used for the charity? That's how that comes off, no? Like, otherwise, because otherwise surely the point of it feels like the clothing is sold on this website as like being part of the charity, you know? It's like part of the project. But you're saying if you do it again, you'd make them separate. So obviously this is like bullshit then. This is just like cope. It's on this website. Like, I want a breakdown. I want a breakdown. I was not that invested from the last video. Now, I want a full audit. I want to know everything.
Or else it would be better. I don't know. And I apologize for the confusion. On the upside though, since there's been so much confusion and so many questions, 100% of all of the profits from the Never Stop clothing brand now go into the fund. And the reason why the websites are so fucky is because
into the fund?
I am trying to merge two websites into one and still have the clothing brand, but also have the old website redirect to the new one. This is the Never Stop Fund application form. People were wondering about the security of.
So what is the fund? Is that what the $500 per month is drawn from, or does that go to the entire charity's operating costs? Like if he's paying himself a salary or whatever. That's how charities work, right? I'm pretty sure that's how it is. You don't take profits, but you can pay yourself a salary and you can pay other people and you can get stuff on charity expenses and stuff like that. Yeah. Yes, 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 yes. I'm trying to just remember how non-profits work. Sorry. I don't have to think about this very often. But yeah, so exactly. So is that money, the money that goes from Never Stop clothing, does that money go into the main fund for the whole charity, or is that going into just the fund that people get paid out of for the $500 relief? I need to know. I want the information.
Of this, when you upload your tax return or any proof of disability or food stamps or government programs, the file is only shared with my personal email, not the Google Workspace. I'm the only one who sees all of this. I absolutely want to address this website. This is the one that we're currently trying to rebuild, but as you can see, prior to the controversy, I literally was trying to figure out how to add pages to different Shopify tabs, and seeing the mistakes that I've made while trying to build up Never Stop on such a public platform is horrifying. So up until now, I feel like all of the criticism has been very valid. I can take a lot of the jokes that people are making about my health. I also understand that it all seems insane. It all seems crazy. I get and also don't get why people don't understand it. I feel like it's people who have never experienced like strange autoimmune stuff who are like, there's no way he could have actually been this sick. Like, that's what I dealt with my entire life, and I can sort of brush that off. But there are a few things that I feel like I need to address that I don't think are justified at all. So again, because I hate myself and I watch every hate video about me, I watched H3 go through
Why would
essays.
you say this? Or why are you getting on live and saying, why are you not even live? It's a video, it's pre-recorded. Why are you saying this? You watch every hate video about you? You're crazy. You're insane.
That I had wrote in college about my experience.
That's like a compulsive issue. You need to take a break. Yeah, like actually. Yeah, I suppose, yeah, okay, we'll pull up a tweet with the screenshots. I saw that on my Discord earlier. So there's actually a channel I've seen recommended to me a couple times on YouTube called The Op Block. I guess one of the guys from that show was streaming on his like 500 sub channel, and Jake Doolittle showed up in his chat. Brother, you looked up my Little League photos. I had good... why was he looking at the Little League photos? That is kind of crazy. I had good days and bad days in between surgery. Like the only ones, I don't even think I pulled it up on stream, but the only like kid photo I've ever seen or I ever referenced was Himpleton in that Nazi outfit, in the Hitler Youth outfit. But I mean, he shared that, I'm pretty sure. He shared that with people, I think. I had good days and bad days in between surgeries and flare-ups. I do not know what to tell you, lol. There's a timeline you're not paying attention to. What year was Little League? It doesn't matter? Yes. Wait, when did I say that? Could you show me? I came on the researcher stream, I thought, have a good night, guys. Okay, I don't know what this is about, really. Remember when we destroyed Katie Bug's high school vlog? That was in school. Yeah, okay, but that's different. She was already like a content creator at that point. That's different, okay? Was there a reason why my Little League photos were needed? If you do extracurricular activities, you're automatically friends with them. Wait, this is interesting though. So during highs of my health, I need to not take advantage of that. I was dancing and playing baseball. I couldn't have had good days. I showed multiple videos when I was actually younger than 10 for no fucking reason. Did I post them at 10 or did someone post me? I mean, I just don't know, like, as much as I may be like, okay, it seems kind of crazy this guy was looking at the Little League photos. I don't know why you're in the chat seething about it. Why go into the chat and seethe? Almost, no one knew who the Op Block were. They were just a name that I saw on my YouTube Live recommended every once in a while and never clicked. Nobody knew who these guys were. Now, you've given them so much attention. Why? Stupid.
I forgot that I even wrote these. We were given an assignment to talk about like different kinds of discrimination that we've seen in our lives and how it's affected us or been shown towards us, right? And so I wrote these two little articles and then was asked to post these on our school's blog or whatever. I would have never done that had I known.
Hello? 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 Testing, testing. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 testing. Oh yeah, something just went wrong with my mic. I don't know what. Just unplug it and replug it. Anyway, as I was saying, I was literally just doing a shill, so you didn't miss anything particularly. But I am gonna do the shill now. So guys, 420 people watching, 77 likes on stream. Some of those 340 or so people who are watching right now but haven't done the bare minimum of moving their cursor, thumbs up and clicking it, or pressing the thumbs up on the mobile device, could just do that now. That would be hugely appreciated. Now, if you want to take your support one step further, you can donate directly through a Stream Elements link in the pinned chat message. You can also buy a membership to the channel, gift a membership to the channel, gift a whole bunch of memberships randomly throughout the chat. Buy a super chat, which will highlight a message and read out on TTS, or buy a super sticker, which is a YouTube image or GIF that we highlight in chat, and I'll describe it to you. You can go to discord.gg/Kuihman, twitter.com/Kuihman, or reddit.com/r/Kuihman. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay.
They would be in front of hundreds of thousands of people. This first one is called age discrimination. That's about me being young and in college and trying to get opportunities, and then people would think that I was too young. That one at the time was very bothersome to me because I was like 16 or 17 trying to get full-time jobs, and they were like, "You're too young, but you have experience." And I was like, "But the experience," and they're like, "No, you're fucking 16 years old, stop." This one to me has been the worst that people have talked about. Actually, no, the second worst, because...
And if you really want to take your support to the next level, listen closely to the secret messages that he says just for you. Listen for the very clear instructions and make them... Okay, dude. Thank you for the €5 skew. Thank you for the €5 Shiba Inu laughing super sticker. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
There's also people posting a video of me when I was 15 talking about how I'm sick, or 16 or something. That's insane to me. This one's called disability discrimination. It was made in 2020. I think it was, what, 18, 19. And I talk about how I've been sick for the last 15 years. There's been a good amount of people who have been reading this and they're like, "I don't fucking believe it. I think it's stupid as shit. I don't think this even happened to you." And luckily enough for you, because you have made it so that I have to do this, I will show you all of the medical records that I have on hand and also scans of the inside of my knee proving.
Okay, this is a somewhat reasonable argument. Our research was to highlight how he acts that his childhood was constant bedridden illness, and what we found was publicly available articles wanting to highlight why people may not believe him. Yeah, I can see why he'd be pissed off with you showing Little League photos still. I think publicly available doesn't really do it, but then he goes by his full name publicly, so it's like difficult to even draw a line there as to what is, like, you know, personal stuff that shouldn't be circulated and what's kind of private. I think he's within reason to be like, "Yo, why are you why are you showing these photos?" I commit that was a step too far. Yeah, I think you get it.
To you that this has all actually happened. That's actually insane that I've gotten so many comments and so many people have been saying that I've been faking everything, that I need to do this. I couldn't read, comprehend, or genuinely think because the pain was so bad. That is true. The diagnoses that I have affected me neurologically to a point where on bad days, I was just sort of sitting in my bed with an eye mask and ice packs on my forehead and headphones because I couldn't fucking function. I went to like a brain retraining program for people who have had strokes because my eyes weren't tracking, like I couldn't read or track across like a page without getting migraines or write or really genuinely use my fucking brain. In the end, they attribute everything to like that tick bite, but I mean, who knows? In middle school,
I don't think it was a tick bite, bro. Should we watch that video quickly? We've got the video of him. Yeah. Pull this up quickly, okay? This is him learning to use his eyes and ears at the same time.
A positive future today for a teen with a lifetime of expensive medical treatments, and it is all thanks to Miracle Flight. Here's his story.
This may look like a video game, but to Jake Doolittle, it's treatment. The 15-year-old is working with Dr. Deborah Zielinski at Northbrook's Mind-Eye Connection. He's a long way from his home in Portland, Maine, but here he's learning for the first time what many of us already know how to do.
He can listen to something or watch something, but he can't do it at the same time.
Jake's eyes and ears don't work together. Jake has never had an all-encompassing diagnosis, but
very sad
essentially,
situation.
He grew up sick.
I haven't been in school for years now because it's been so hard.
Imagine having the flu
Very
for
sad.
months, over and over again. Jake has had consistent fever, fatigue, and pain. Jake was always in pain. His mom, Tracy, has been to dozens of doctors, but had no answers.
You've gone through jobs, you've gone through your money, you've gone through bankruptcy. Like it's just this never.
Yeah, dude, honestly, having the bell rang in front of his fucking eye.
His mom, Tracy,
eyes just like a dog.
Encompassing diagnosis, but don't work.
Something, but he can't do it at the same time.
Retard alert! Retard alert! Retard alert!
Jake's eyes and ears don't work together. Jake has never had an all-encompassing diagnosis, but essentially, he grew up sick.
I haven't been in school for years now because it's been so hard.
Imagine having the flu for months, over and over again. Jake has had consistent fever.
Is there a quick PPP? I don't have it. If anyone's got a retard alert, I'll pull it up, okay?
Fatigue and pain. Jake was always in pain. His mom, Tracy, has been to dozens of doctors, but had no answers.
You've gone through jobs, you've gone through your money, you've gone through bankruptcy. Like it's just this never-ending black hole trying to find something that will help your kid.
A recent and desperate Google search found clinics in Chicago and California, but the Doolittles were out of money. More searching that night, though, turned up Miracle Flight.
We have a cure for distance, we like to say.
Mark Brown is the CEO of Miracle Flight. For 32 years, they've flown kids just like Jake to treatment they need.
We don't care where they're from or where they're going, as long as they can get the best care.
When the Doolittles learned they could make the trip, they received something more valuable than money. They received hope.
He's used to the not having heat in the winter and the electricity being shut off. He knows there's no money. And then to have somebody just hand you plane tickets was it was absolutely crazy.
Jake flew to California, then last month, he flew again.
We just landed in Chicago. Thank you, Medical Miracle Flights.
Jake will continue flying here thanks to Miracle.
Imagine your job is just to ring a bell in front, right in the face of retarded kids. Your job is actually ringing a bell at retarded kids. Holy fuck.
Flight as the group now surpasses 105,000 trips. It's all worth it for kids like Jake, who literally and figuratively have come a long way.
Jake's a dancer, and he's going to keep dancing when he gets even better. And
what a great
the thing about Miracle Flight, too, that people should know, they stay with these families over a period of 10 or 15 years, if necessary. They will fly them again.
Okay.
I understand what discrimination is. One day I showed up to school in a wheelchair because I woke up and I couldn't walk. So I'll give you details on that. I woke up and I couldn't walk. I couldn't do crutch.
Okay, we've got the original. We don't have the PPP. I can't even play it. Fuck's sake.
Because it was affecting both of my legs. I rolled up to the front door and the nurse greeted me by rolling her eyes. She pulled my mom aside and told her that my wheelchair was too much of a hassle and a distraction. The entire school I thought I was faking my pain for attention. We actually spoke with lawyers regarding that, and unfortunately we didn't have a case because I did not kill myself.
Okay.
Uh-oh, retard alert! Retard alert, class!
Okay. Due to the treatment that I received from Mahoney Middle School in South Portland, Maine. The middle school I went to was a very old building, and they didn't have elevators. They only had stairs, but on the stairs, to be ADA compliant, they had these little things that you could roll a wheelchair up on, and it would take like 5 minutes for this thing to go down the stairs. I was like, hey, can I leave class like 5 minutes early? A janitor or somebody can help me navigate this. I was the only person who needed to use it. The nurse was saying how much of a problem that was because there needed to be someone to man the chairlift. And so what they ended up doing was just putting me in the like teacher's meeting room and bring me meals. And so I would be there for like 6 hours. Also, I want to clarify, I said I couldn't read, comprehend, or genuinely think because the pain was so bad. So like whenever I used my brain or read or tried to do homework, me saying I couldn't do this means that it would cause migraines and headaches and I would feel nauseous and I would sometimes vomit. Not that I didn't know how to read, but that when I did these things, it would cause me so much pain that I would say I couldn't do this. I did have 100 doctor appointments in 1 year. That is true. I was diagnosed with Lyme disease. Okay, let's chat. A lot of people are saying that Lyme disease is fake.
Wrong. Chronic Lyme is fake.
A lot of people are saying that Lyme disease is fake. Chronic Lyme disease is fake. And like, these are channels with like 3 million subs who are saying that chronic Lyme disease is fake, which is really insane. When I was diagnosed with chronic Lyme disease, that was not a controversial thing. Here's the thing that disappoints me the most. It's all based on terminology. Basically, I was bit by a tick when I was 3. I didn't start treatment for like a decade after. And so they weren't able to catch it and treat me like they would with somebody who got Lyme disease and they caught it early. Because it was in my system for so long, I was on antibiotics for a majority of my life, which is really, really bad for you. People literally just read headlines, and it really frustrates me because people who have Lyme disease that isn't treated by the first 30 days of antibiotics, according to some of these big channels, are completely fucking false.
Okay, let's do a quick Google here. Lyme disease not treated early. Long-term effects. So yeah, you wouldn't have chronic Lyme. You would have like arthritis or something. If you were having issues with your joints and shit like that, it would be like arthritis, inflammation of the brain or spinal cord. Yeah, so it's not, so yes. So it's not a terminology issue. Chronic Lyme is not a thing. It's not the Lyme coming back. You do not still have Lyme. You had Lyme that was untreated for a significant period of time and may have had long-term effects on your body. However, if you've not got these other issues diagnosed, it's kind of hard for anyone to buy it a lot of the time. You need to have like the other issues diagnosed, but then it's all going to depend on his medical records. So, I mean, you'd have to see it to know if he's faking it completely. Because like they could have done scans, he could have had actual inflammation or like issues with his joints. So it could be, there could be specific issues that are supported by his medical records. But chronic Lyme is not a thing. That is just not a thing. You do not have chronic Lyme. Chronic Lyme is not a thing. It's not just a terminology issue. It's just that's not what's happening. That's never what's happening.
But the report that they're quoting from the CDC, this is the exact same thing that they're reading. They do not read the entire thing that says the conditions where patients experience prolonged symptoms due to Lyme disease is called post-treatment Lyme disease syndrome, and its cause is currently unknown. The Centers for Disease Control encourages using this terminology when communicating about prolonged symptoms due to Lyme disease. They discourage the term of chronic Lyme disease because it implies that prolonged symptoms are caused by an ongoing bacterial infection when in fact the cause is not currently known.
Yeah, so that's like the reasonable, like this is the more, you know, reasonable side to issues with Lyme disease, right? If you have it untreated, it could have long-term impacts. But that's not chronic Lyme. So why do you keep fucking saying you've got chronic Lyme disease? That's not what you have. You've never had chronic Lyme disease. It's never been a thing. I mean, it was considered a thing by some people at some point, but it's never actually been a thing. And then, yeah, even this is shaky. This is like, again, this is like an umbrella term for people who have issues post Lyme disease and they don't know what's actually causing it or whether there's a common thread or if it's just, you know, it could just simply be that Lyme disease is like a correlative thing here, right? There's no way to know because we don't know what causes it. We don't know what's going on.
Caused by an ongoing bacterial infection when in fact the cause is not currently known. So I use Lyme disease as a blanket term for the co-infections that I got from the initial bite. I have a diagnosis of Bartonella, which is a parasite that's in your blood that I got from the initial tick bite of Lyme disease. We would assume, this is all guesstimating, the only thing that I can tell you is what shows up in blood results and what my diagnoses are. They don't know what really caused all of these things. I have these marks specifically under my armpits and on my legs. That is called Bartonella rash. I understand why people would be confused, but then to say that I've been faking it because I used the wrong terminology because it was not told to me when I was 13 years old and diagnosed is absolutely insane. I also saw that...
Wait, didn't this guy do a whole video talking about how Ethan Klein was being irresponsible in the way he spoke about his mystery illness? Maybe you should update your fucking terminology once you're not 13 anymore. Huh? Maybe? Before you get on a big platform and start going on about your chronic Lyme? Yeah, he said H3 was faking lupus and he was saying he was being irresponsible in the way he spoke about it. But he's sitting here using completely archaic, debunked terms for a you know, not particularly studied illness. Nice one, dipshit.
H3 said that there was no way that I could be 23 with 9 knee surgeries. Here are photos from every single surgery that I had. This goes back to 2016, 2017. I'm sorry that I'm cropping these weird. It has the location of the surgery center that I go to. April 25th, 2017. This is me dancing in another hospital bed. Fuck. free surgery. July 7th, 2017, August 25th, 2017, 2017 again, August 13th, 2018. I don't remember if that was knee or if that was a different one. This is some of my most recent ones. January 7th, 2021, April 1st, 2021, and then April 22nd, 2022. And also, just because I am trying to be a open book, I went into my insurance portal, and the only things that I can find are from my most recent insurance that I got. So these are some of the diagnoses. I mean, chronic pain, who cares? Muscle wasting and atrophy, that's because I had just had screws in and I wasn't moving. Okay, so osteochondritis dissecans, I believe, is what's causing the cartilage to shred constantly and for my menisci and stuff to be so weak. That's also, I believe, why my knees crumbled in the first place, or it was from one of the bacterial infections. I don't know. Oh, pink eye, that one doesn't count. Arthritis of the knee, systemic Bartonellosis, there are 2 separate tests. Lyme disease, 3 separate blood tests. Also, I say chronic Lyme disease because if I'm testing positive for it in blood and it's not going away.
So wait. They've actually diagnosed arthritis in his knee.
That one doesn't count. Arthritis of the knee, systemic Bartonellosis, there are 2 separate tests. Lyme disease, 3 separate blood tests. Also, I say chronic Lyme disease.
Okay, so why does he keep saying, dude, again, this guy's all about talking about these things responsibly and, you know, here's the proper medical terminology and here's the way you should talk about it properly, and, you know, you need to be really careful with invisible illnesses and all this fucking shit. Why do you keep calling it chronic Lyme, a completely debunked term, when what you actually mean is you have arthritis? You have arthritis in your knee that may have been brought on by Lyme disease from a tick, possibly, at some point. Why keep going on saying, I've got chronic Lyme, guys, I can't do anything? Why don't you be specific about what you've actually got? Because that's not a fucking term.
Because if I'm testing positive for it in blood and it's not going away after 30 days like everybody says it will, I believe that that's chronic. I understand that the term post-treatment Lyme syndrome is correct, but it is a chronic condition. Psoriatic spondylitis, I thought I had ankylosing spondylitis. Are you incorrect? Chronic fatigue syndrome. I mean, just...
Okay. Now that one I am questioning.
A lot of random shit, and that's not even including all the stuff that I got when I was at Boston Children's and in Connecticut and doing all that. That's literally within the last 4 years. I also just want to respond to a few of the things that are online. This guy, Nicholas Diorio, I don't know who he is. He has been posting
Nick Diorio mentioned, let's go.
This horrendous fucking photo. I wish that I could show you the original photos that I took, but that's after the brand said you have to look a little bit more enthusiastic. And so,
no, be serious. That was a first try.
I also just want to respond to a few.
That was your face when you unboxed it. Be serious.
Nicholas Diorio. I don't know who he is. He has been posting this.
Now, am I correct in understanding? I heard this. If I made this up, I feel like I heard someone say this. Am I correct in understanding that Nicholas Diorio referred to this part of the dildo here as the anal toucher? Am I correct in understanding this? Did this happen? He did. Oh, Jesus Christ. That is rough. That is so rough. That's so fucked up. 27 years old. Oh, man.
Horrendous fucking photo. I wish that I could show you the original photos that I took, but that's after the brand said you have to look a little bit more enthusiastic. And so I did that as a silly joke. I mean, he has been constantly tweeting about me. I attempted to do a bunch of AMAs talking about like never stopping stuff on Reddit. They all got taken down because I'm stupid and I didn't have enough karma to post. And all the mods ended up like auto taking these things down, obviously, because it was against their terms of service or whatever. And the only one that stayed up was a Lyme disease subreddit I had posted on. And I did that because I was going through these subreddits, and the main problem is nobody has money, and a lot of the treatments you have to pay out of pocket. I did that to be like, hey, this is where you can apply. That was taken as me failing at everything. He only ended up tweeting this video here. That was a news story done when I was...
We just watched this.
Jesus Christ, like 15 or 16 years old. What the fuck? This is the shit that really, really bothers me. Honestly, when...
Oh, yeah?
People go like, he's ugly, he's fat, he's stupid. That's fine. But when you start digging up like shit that I've done in the past to try to like talk about what I've been going through, that's insane. Oh, I also needed to show my knee scans. Fuck. All right, so here are my knee scans.
When you start digging up the retard lot footage,
surgeries. So this used to be the cartilage in my knee, and because my bones at the time had broken apart, they were shredding my cartilage. A little breakdown of all the surgeries. Left knee screws in, left knee screws out. Right knee screws in, right knee screws out. Left knee cleaning and repairing cartilage. Right knee cleaning and repairing cartilage. Left knee cadaver cartilage, cadaver bone plate screws. The other knee, the exact same thing. And then number 9 was taking all of...
Just cut them off, bro. It sounds like too much trouble. Just amputate. This sounds like way too much trouble, dude. You're not using them anyway. Be serious.
The hardware out when the cadaver cartilage and bone had set in and my body had accepted it. What I'm feeling right now in my knees is more of the shredding, and my surgeon told me that this would be something that I would have to go back for like a cleanup every like 3 to 4 years, and it's kind of about that time. Now back to this video that was posted. So to promote the nonprofit that had given me free flights to go see a specialist, they asked me to do this news story for them to show like, hey, we're gonna promote our stuff and we would love to have you be on camera. People like Keemstar think that this video is a bomb being dropped, and I don't quite understand. I am prepping for a bunch of people to use this video against me, but I don't know how. I've also talked about this on my channel before. I've not been hiding this. So that's when I couldn't read or write without getting migraines. This is a different place that was trying to retrain my brain and eyes. This is not the stroke place that I went to. And then my mom talks, and I'm not going to show that because she fucking cries. This is so frustrating. Okay. And then fucking cries. This is so frustrating. Okay. And then there are some comments that really bother me, and this is a lot of the mindset of the people who think that I am Gypsy Rose Blanchard. I have grown up as Gypsy Rose. I've got the fucking glasses. I just need to switch up my voice. Okay, either he's actually chronically sick or you just unearthed a Munchausen by proxy situation. Clear case of Munchausen's by proxy. Did so little he bankrupted his mom. We really need to...
No, dude, why do that? This is so ill-advised. I just don't get it. This is so ill-advised. Just seething at the meanest tweets you can find. Why?
You got to know this man's mom. So that's on Twitter. And then the Reddit community said, this is so interesting. Man's mom.
Wait, was one of yours there? Oh, no.
Proxy situation. Either as Gypsy Rose. I've got the fucking glasses. I just need to switch up my voice. Okay, either he's actually chronically sick or you just unearthed a Munchausen by proxy situation. Clear case of Munchausen's by proxy.
Oh my God. Like, why do this? Why? It just doesn't make any sense. She's like, yeah, these are the ones that really bothered me. Yeah, these specific anonymous accounts really got under my skin today. These anonymous accounts that have no investment in having a good reputation or being liked by anyone. They really bothered me today. Dude.
Proxy did so little he bankrupted his mom. We really need to get to know this man's mom. So that's on Twitter. And then the Reddit community said, this is so interesting. Like, he's never really gotten a solid diagnosis. If chronic Lyme disease isn't a thing, maybe he does have lasting effects. I don't know. I have so many questions. I admit I have suspicions of Munchausen's, but I feel like I'm in the wrong. I feel like a huge dick, whatever. Munchausen's is way more prevalent because of social media. And I ticked all the boxes. Sure, it can exist, but without Jake's personal medical files, it's not reasonable to speculate that his illness isn't real. Well, I showed you all my medical files, and I've shown you the inside of my knee tearing apart due to those diagnoses. I would
say I'm obviously more convinced, if he's got something saying that he has arthritis in his knee, and he's got scans that show like the fucking muscles tearing and shit like that, like this is all, there's obviously something happening. There's something happening. Is it necessarily as bad as he's saying? How can we know? Chronic fatigue obviously is always suspicious to me on every level, and the amount he relies on it as an excuse is certainly not justified by having whatever he has. But I'm more convinced that there is actually something going on.
Know what else I can give you. I'm sorry if this is unbelievable. This is why I started Never Stop. The video that I made was fucking stupid, and I was angry, and I regret it, and I absolutely apologize for what I said during that video. This was a really long video, but I appreciate you if you stuck through it. I hope that this cleared some stuff up. Again,
not
I
really.
apologize
You should not
for
full
that
breakdown,
video,
but whatever.
100,000,000%, and I'm sorry to my creator friends, and it was a stupid take, and I can absolutely admit that, but I guess that's it. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.
Wow. Crazy stuff.
All right, so there have been some really insane things happening on this second channel that I need to talk to you about. I am very, very frustrated with the way that YouTube has handled this, and I thought that I could just share it with you. So I talked to YouTube partner support about getting this channel monetized, and it didn't go well. I'll show you exactly what they said. Yeah, let's see. Oops. Hi there, thanks for your time to reach out, blah, blah, blah. It says, you know, just hold on and we'll get back to you. They responded to me less than a day ago. Hi there, thanks for your patience. I just heard back from our internal team and I'm saddened to let you know that your appeal has been declined. I understand how much this means to you as a creator. Let me share some information to describe how this came to be. This channel is currently ineligible to be in YPP due to a... it says that... going to reach out again and again and again and again and again. That focuses on controversial issues and is harmful to viewers. Edit your channel and reapply for monetization. Okay, I can reapply starting December 10th. When this said I need to wait for about a month to reapply. So that's interesting because that's just completely wrong. Thank you, YouTube, for the greatest wording possible. Active community guideline strikes on my channel was because during the 100 videos in 100 days where I was recording from a different angle, apparently I said something. I quoted Ben Shapiro on something that he said about COVID. They took that and said that it was harmful content, which is fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Where's his? I want to see a bit of his podcast. It's the most popular one. Talking about Andrew Tate.
Is it, or do you just pack like things up and then you just move them to another spot? I mean, there is like emotional damage and whatever. Like, unfortunately, we had to leave the cat behind. That little rascal, our little kitty Goosey. Now, to be honest, that affects Hannah more than it affects me because I get to sleep. I get to, you know, have fun, not worry about a life that I could ruin, because I'm focusing on not ruining my own. You know what I'm saying? But no, in all seriousness, I do miss the cat a lot. But you know, there are some upsides, and if Hannah's watching this, you know, I'm sorry, but there are some upsides to living alone in a city without a cat. Also, we didn't bring her, like, the reason why we didn't bring her was because she would be really like, and I know this sounds like a cop-out, but Hannah also agreed. So it's like, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like fuck you. Because you're probably thinking like, Jake, you like controlled her. You're like so controlling, Jake. Like that's what you're known for on the internet. Like you're
no one was saying that. No one was even thinking that. Why are you so defensive?
You're controlling her. And what I have to say about that is no, that's wrong. Thank you very much. Because Goosey, our little kitty cat, who just turned 1, actually, just kidding, gonna miss her birthday, but that's fine. Good. Our little cat Goosey is awful in the car, and it's not just like she's awful in the car.
See anything about his girlfriend's pet? This is based. No, this is based. I can get behind this.
Or like it can be fixed. This is a non-fixable thing. Okay, we've given her.
See anything about his girlfriend's cat and alluding to abusing her? I'm on board, actually. No, I like this Jake Doolittle.
Her pills. We've given her human Benadryl. We've given her literally everything. Our lives, our souls, our funds. And she still won't be in the car for longer than 10 minutes without shitting herself. Like she shits herself, she pukes herself, she cries, she spits out fucking like bile. It's awful. It's horrible. And I wouldn't want to put her through that. So we moved her to Hannah's house, and Hannah's parents will take care of her. They have a bunch of animals, so it'll be good. She'll probably be better there. She'll be freaked out here. There's a lot of like city noise, and we drove in the car. It was 8 hours the first day, 6 hours the second day, and that's only because we like stopped, and you know, Daddy has to poop a lot. And I don't mean to like stray away from like the topic at hand, but it's like sometimes IBS gets me, and I don't want I don't know, it just sucks. Okay.
IBS too?
Okay. And if you laughed at that, well, first of all, nobody's laughing at this because nobody's watching this. And that's the issue. Somebody has to watch this for people to laugh at it, which is good. But say that, I don't know, a family member is watching this, because that's probably the only people who are watching this.
It actually has 6.6K.
I'm not going to talk about poop for long, okay? That was actually the only time I'm talking about poop this episode. I'm not one of these comedians where I just talk about feces all
You're not is he a comedian? Why is everyone a fucking comedian now?
The time, okay? I'm a real grown-up. Thank you very much. What else did I have written down? Good. So, we got here, and it was a journey. I didn't really... I'm sorry, I'm so uncomfortable. Like, I need a pillow right here. I need a pillow right here. Because, like, this isn't comfortable.
I know it sounds like one of my streams 6 months ago when I was having back issues.
Also, I don't like this camera angle because it
I'm
shows
so uncomfortable
off
right now.
big
Guys,
tummy,
I can't...
big legs. You know what I mean? Like, this camera angle is just not for me. But I'll still probably put it out because I need to put out a podcast. What was I going to say? So we got here, we ate out like the first couple days, and then reality set in. We had to like get groceries, whatever, who cares? I actually just went to go get groceries. That's why I'm all sweaty and nasty. Also, I got a haircut. So I might talk about that in the video because that's so fascinating, Jake. You're actually really good at content, and that's awesome. Jake, you're so good at content. I like when like fandoms talk about like people getting haircuts, because like to me, I don't really understand it. It's like you just got a haircut, you know what I mean? And I didn't get a haircut for the longest time because I was just lazy and I didn't like the social aspect of haircuts. Now you're probably like, there is no social aspect of haircuts, but there is. Okay.
He's going to a black barber. They're talking to him the whole time.
Social aspect of haircuts. Now you're probably like, there is no social aspect of haircuts, but there is. Okay. Because you have to go to a haircut and you have to like, I don't know. You have to like physically, somebody has to work around your head for 30 to 45 minutes. And that's no fun. I don't like that. Big truck driving by. I don't like that. And I've avoided haircuts because of that reason. It's genuinely my least favorite thing in the world. I don't like the small talk. Literally this last guy. Also, I hate getting haircuts because I have very thick hair.
Okay, I'm with him on that. Okay, I'm with him on that. I hate anytime someone tries fucking talking to me, I like don't explicitly want to talk to. It's like, man, I just feel like that. You just feel like the American Psycho, like, you know, violent fantasy. Just, it's so bad. I hate it. I do. I am autistic. I am autistic. That is what I am. I'm fully autistic. If autistic means not wanting inane, prying conversations from strangers with nothing interesting to say, like especially a fucking barber. The fuck does a barber have to say to me, dude? The fuck conversation do I have to have with a barber? I'm sorry, what the fuck are they going to say to me that I'm going to have any interest in? That's not true. Actually, that's not true. I used to have, dude, I'm actually capping it. I actually used to have a barber that I went to quite a lot that was a film student and played League and shit like that. So I actually did get along with that guy, okay. That guy but that's because we had similar niche interests and we would like talk shit about fucking like, you know, JRPGs and shit. So like super, like that is a one case where it's like my autistic special interest is scratched. And like, I'm happy to have a conversation about this sort of thing, you know. But in most situations, I've got nothing in common with the average fucking barber or, you know, any fucking service worker anywhere, really. I just have nothing in common. It's just I just know that.
Not to flex or anything, but I have very thick hair. Okay, she thick, and I just hate it because they always make a comment about my thick hair, and like I know that it's sort of like a compliment, kind of, but like it's also backhanded because like the guy who I was talking to today was genuine, or not today. Jesus, everything's been a bit of a mess and. God,
I said he was white.
Sucks.
Was
Being a content creator's the worst. Anyways, I got a haircut probably a week ago, so not today. Wow, good. I got a haircut probably a week ago, and the guy who was cutting my hair was like, geez, your hair's pretty thick. And I was like, yes, it is. I hear that a lot.
Kuihman, the type of guy to respond, have a nice movie with you too. Well, I try to avoid speaking to the anyone on the checkouts at the theater because I don't want them to see that I'm not with anyone. Obviously, there's no singles policy. I wouldn't want the cinema snipers to fucking dome me as I'm walking in. So I pick up my tickets from the you don't even have the machines anymore, do you? I get it on my phone. I add it to my app and I scan it. I never interact with a single person there because I don't want to see that I'm there alone. I don't take cinema shoes a lot of the time either. So I'm just like flagrantly violating the policies. I wouldn't want anyone to catch me doing that.
And he goes, yeah, I mean, I had to bring out the shears for this. I never have to use the shears. Okay, all right, sounds good. It's like, all right, like, stop complaining, okay? And then he goes, geez, you're giving me an arm workout. I have to cut all this hair. Hey, isn't that your fucking job? Is that not your job? To cut?
Kuihman thinks he's Skull from Final Fantasy VIII. I've never played Final Fantasy VIII, but I probably am exactly like that guy. I probably am exactly like him.
Hair? Isn't that what you're supposed to do? Also, I gave you a hefty tip, okay? Well, that was after. But I shouldn't have, because he was also like mad at the end because it went over his time. He was like, I booked you for 30 minutes and this took 32 minutes. Like, I don't want to get off track. Hey, he didn't have another appointment. So like he could have like fucked up my hair. The back of my hair, I could have like a rat tail going on here. I don't, but I could have. And I shouldn't have left a whopping tip. But I felt bad because like, oh, also, this pissed me off. We went over, who am I? Jake went over to the to the checkout. And usually, you know, like they ring you up and do a bunch of things or whatever.
Yeah, problem. Why would I thank the healers? They're just doing their job, okay? Why would I thank the healers?
He like hit a couple buttons and then walked away and he was like, see ya.
They're doing what's expected.
And then I left like a pity tip. I left a pity tip because I was like, oh, he's going to see this. He's going to walk back over and see that I didn't like tip well. Then I left him like fucking, it was a $20 haircut. And I think I left him like $10. What the fuck am I doing? What? I just got Patreon money. I just got paid for Patreon and now I'm spending it all on this guy to fucking ruin me. I also got, okay.
You banned Texty?
I had a cool pair of shoes. This does make sense. The city that we're in requires a lot of walking, okay? And the shoes that I had were Air Force Ones, and they were a special collaboration, or no, they weren't Air Force Ones, Air Max 90s. And they were a special collaboration of whatever the fuck. And okay, I was a hype beast. I'll say it, okay? When I first started making money online, and by making money online, I mean COVID money, you know what I mean? Because I was literally on unemployment, or no, I was on disability because I got injured at SNL. What? So I was on disability, and then they gave you like that month, the weekly money, and I was rolling in it. I was like 18. I was spending literally everything I got.
I was claiming disability, rolling in it. Dude.
Which now looking back is so smart. I could have invested some of it.
It's the StockX demon. Dude. To be fair, I probably would have been the same. If I was in that position at that age, I probably would have been the same. I remember trolling StockX. Obviously, I never had, you know, I was working fucking shit jobs and paying, I guess, for rent. So I was like, you know, there was no way I was going to buy anything good. But dude, I remember looking on StockX so many times. Stalking prices. Very fucked up time.
And like had, I don't know, 2-3 times what I have now. That's fun to think about. Anyways, with all this money, I bought a very expensive pair of shoes. They're off-white Air Max 90s. They were my dream shoes. I loved these shoes. And they were about $600, okay? Because I was 18 years old and that was stupid. Now, I've worn these shoes every day since I was 18 because my theory is if you spend that much money on a pair of shoes, you better fucking wear them, because if you don't, then there's no point. I know that there's a lot of people who like are sneaker heads who like don't wear their shoes, and that's obnoxious. If you don't wear your shoes, you're crazy.
No, that's true.
But also, like,
buying shoes to not wear them is incredibly homosexual. Buying shoes to not wear them is very gay. Why buy this fucking retarded collector's piece shoe? Fucking, I can understand like there are like certain cases where I can maybe imagine it if you're like completely fucking rich, but I don't know why you would buy a pair of shoes that you're not gonna wear. That's just so retarded. That is just dumb.
There is a middle ground there because like I don't clean my shoes. My shoes look awful. Like I spent $600 on them, but if I took them into like a consignment shop, they would offer me like $100. Like it's bad, maybe $125. Okay, they're beautiful shoes. I love them, but wow, are they uncomfortable. And I didn't realize they were uncomfortable until I was like walking around the city with Hannah, and it was like, I don't know, half a mile walk. I was like, holy shit, my feet hurt, my knees hurt, like literally everything hurts. My life hurts. Actually, I knew someone who used to say that all the time. They used to go, I used to go like, oh, my back hurts. And then they go, my life hurts. Oh, you are a pleasure to be around. Wow. Anyways, yesterday I got a pair of old man walking shoes. Hannah and I went to the mall. I went to about 8 different stores, and Hannah was fed up with me because she hates the mall. She hates being in an area with a lot of people, and I fully understand that because I usually hate being in a crowd of people too. But surprisingly, I was like determined. I was like, I want to get a new pair of shoes. So now, when I purchase something, when I spend my money on anything, I research the fuck out of it because I'm a little nerd. Like, I sold my car because we don't need 2 cars for Virginia, and we're going to be here for like 4 months. So I sold my car and I just invested the money that I got for the car, and then hopefully outside of Virginia 5 months from now.
I gotta say, as much as I don't like this guy, this is a based video idea, just like sitting there seething about all these minor things that are annoying you in your life for like a full 45 minutes. Just putting it out, just being like, yeah, I know no one's watching this. I'm just gonna sit here and seethe. Here's a story about how I went to the mall the other day and my bitch girlfriend was sick of it. It's just, and that's awesome. That is awesome. Fuck it.
I'll buy another car. So I'm researching a bunch of cars. In a dream world, I would get like a hybrid or an electric vehicle, but like, wow, those are expensive and views are dropping, honey. So I don't know how realistic that is. Anyways, I researched best shoes for knee pain. Okay. And like what came up was like Nike running shoes and Hoka. I've never heard of this brand Hoka, but like it's fine. What was the other one? Brooks, New Balance. Also, stupid idiot, I only brought the Air Max 90s to Virginia. I should have brought more pairs of shoes, but I only brought one, which is great. So went to 8 stores inside this mall, like literally like 8 stores within, like all next to each other. Foot Locker, Champs, Finish Line, Shoe Department, Shoe Valley, Shoe Village, Shoe, like, also, why are all these shoe stores named after like geographical locations where it's like Shoe City, Shoe Valley, Shoe Gorge, that's my favorite place. Walked around the mall for like an hour and a half, and guess what? Feet still hurt, and I didn't get a pair of shoes. And then, well, I mean, partly because there was no, like, they didn't have any of the old man running shoes I wanted. All the New Balances were like cool. All the Nikes were cool. All the Adidas were cool. And I was like, I don't want cool. I literally just want function and something that like makes my feet feel so good. So I went to Dick's Sporting Goods. And now Dick's Sporting Goods is hilarious because Dick is also a name for a penile object. And that makes me laugh a lot. But So I went to Dick's Sporting Goods, and Hannah stayed in the car because she was over it, and we just got Starbucks. So, you know, I went in, and also, mind you, this is back to school shopping season, and I didn't realize that. Like, I just wanted a pair of like old man shoes, and then there's like kids being like, no, I want the Jordan 10s in this color, and if you don't have them, I'm gonna call my supervisor. Children are saying that. And so I ended up I tried on 2 pairs of shoes. I tried on the Adidas Ultra Boost and the Asics something. Now I tried on the Adidas Ultra Boost, and I was like, oh my God, these are so comfortable. These are so comfortable, right? I love these so much in comparison to my Air Max 90s. And then I tried on these Asics, and
I just AFK'd for coffee. But we're back, and let's get into the next one.